Ladies and gentlemen, every single day you are given two choices: stay the same or become better. And let me be clear, your future is being built in the small, unseen moments of today. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. 10 things, just 10 if you commit to improving them daily, will change the entire course of your life. The question is, will you rise to the challenge, or will you let another day slip through your fingers? Every day you wake up, you are handed a choice. The choice to remain the same or the choice to step forward into the person you know you are capable of becoming. Life doesn't wait for you. Time doesn't stop. You don't get to press pause on the world until you're ready. That means if you want to rise, if you want to become more, you must decide to improve every single day. Not once in a while. Not when you feel motivated. Every single day. Because the person you want to be isn't built on the days you feel like it. That person is built on the days you don't. There are 10 things you must improve every day if you want to live a life of excellence. 10 areas that demand your attention. The first is your mindset. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. If you wake up telling yourself you're not good enough, if you allow doubt to run your life, you will live in limitation. But if you choose to feed your mind with empowering thoughts, if you decide that you are worthy, that you are capable, that you will create a life you love, everything changes. Every morning, check your mindset. Ask yourself, what am I choosing to believe today? Because the truth is, your mind will either be your greatest weapon or your greatest prison. The second thing is your discipline. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. Discipline is the structure that keeps you moving forward when motivation is nowhere to be found. Discipline is doing the work when no one is watching. It's making the right choices when the wrong ones feel easier. Every day, ask yourself, where can I strengthen my discipline? Maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's putting the phone down. Maybe it's choosing the salad over the burger. Discipline is not about punishment, it's about freedom. Freedom to create the life you want because you mastered the small moments. The third is your focus. We live in a world that thrives on distraction. Notifications, noise, endless scrolling. If you want to be exceptional, you must sharpen your ability to focus. Choose your priorities and direct all your energy toward them. Train your brain to stay present in the task at hand. When you read, just read. When you work, just work. When you listen, really listen. Focus is a superpower in a world addicted to distraction. Every day, strengthen that muscle. Fourth, your health. Without it, nothing else matters. Your body is your vehicle in this life. How you treat it determines how far you will go. Move your body every day. Fuel it with foods that give you energy, not steal it from you. Rest, recover, take care of yourself. Because success means nothing if you are too tired, too weak, or too sick to enjoy it. Health is wealth, and every day you get to choose whether you invest in it or deplete it. The fifth is your communication. Your words shape your relationships, your career, your influence. Learn to speak with clarity, with intention, with courage. Listen more than you talk. Practice empathy. Every day, work on being a better communicator, not just with others, but with yourself. The way you talk to yourself matters. Would you talk to someone you love the way you talk to yourself? Raise your standards on how you use your voice. The sixth thing you must improve every day is your courage. Fear is the invisible wall that keeps most people trapped in a life smaller than what they deserve. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to act in spite of it. Every day, push yourself outside your comfort zone. Do something that stretches you, that scares you, that challenges you. Send the message. Speak up in the meeting. Take the first step toward your dream. Courage compounds. The more you practice it, the more fearless you become. The seventh is your kindness. Not weakness, not people-pleasing, kindness. The ability to lift others up, to show compassion, to treat people with dignity. Every day, ask yourself, who can I encourage today? Who can I help, even in a small way? A smile, a kind word, a moment of presence. These are not small things. They are the things people remember. Kindness makes you magnetic. It makes you a leader people want to follow. And most importantly, it makes you proud of the person staring back in the mirror. The eighth is your resilience. Life will test you. It will knock you down. It will break your heart. You cannot control the challenges that come your way, but you can control how you respond. Every day, train your resilience by practicing gratitude, by reminding yourself that setbacks are not the end, they are preparation. See obstacles as training grounds for your strength. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, what can this teach me? Resilience turns pain into power. The ninth thing is you're learning. Never stop being a student of life. The moment you think you know it all, you stop growing. Every day, feed your mind with something new. Read a book. Listen to a podcast. Study someone you admire. Even 5 minutes of learning daily compounds into wisdom over time. Knowledge is fuel, and those who keep learning never stop evolving. And finally, the 10th is your vision. Without vision, you are wandering. Without vision, you are reacting to life instead of creating it. Every day, reconnect with the picture of who you want to be and where you want to go. See it so clearly in your mind that it pulls you forward. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Protect it fiercely. Vision gives meaning to the struggle. It reminds you why the discipline, the courage, the focus, the resilience all matter. 10 things. Mindset, discipline, focus, health, communication, courage, kindness, resilience, learning, and vision. These are not boxes to check off once. These are areas to work on every single day. Improvement is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about choosing to be 1% better today than you were yesterday. And remember, greatness is never built overnight. It is built moment by moment, choice by choice, habit by habit. The question is not, will you improve? The question is, will you choose to? Because the power to change your life is already in your hands. Would you like me to refine this into a spoken style script with pauses, emphasis, rhythm like a stage delivery? So it feels even more like a motivational speech you could record. Because the power to change your life is already in your hands. And what you do with it, that's your responsibility. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, but right now. You are not waiting for permission. You are not waiting for circumstances to align perfectly. You are not waiting for someone to validate your worth. You are already enough to begin, and you are already equipped with everything you need to take the first step. Improvement is not about massive, dramatic changes that overwhelm you. It is about the small, consistent actions you take daily that quietly stack up until one day, you look in the mirror and realize you've become someone entirely new. A stronger version, a wiser version, a braver version. And this transformation doesn't happen because you got lucky. It happens because you made a decision every single day to move forward. Even when it was uncomfortable. Think about it. How many people dream of a better life but never take action? They wait for the perfect time, and that time never comes. They talk about change but remain the same year after year. Do not let that be you. Improvement requires courage, yes, but it also requires honesty. Brutal honesty with yourself. You must be willing to look at your habits, your thoughts, your routines, and ask, does this serve the person I want to become? If the answer is no, then you already know what to do. Mindset, discipline, focus, health, communication, courage, kindness, resilience, learning, vision. These are not random. They are pillars. Together, they form the foundation of your character, and character is destiny. Who you are shapes what you achieve. So if you want a better life, you must build a better you. Imagine your life as a garden. Every day you wake up, you choose whether to water the plants or let the weeds take over. Your thoughts, your actions, your decisions, they are either nurturing your future or sabotaging it. Improvement is the daily watering, the daily pruning, the daily care. And like a garden, you won't see results immediately. But one day, those small acts of care bloom into something extraordinary. Let's go deeper. Take your mindset, for example. How often do you allow fear or doubt to dictate your choices? Do you catch yourself saying, I can't, before you even try? Your mind listens to everything you tell it. If you repeat a lie often enough, your brain accepts it as truth. So, what if you began feeding it with empowering beliefs instead? What if every time fear whispered, you can't, you replied, watch me. Improvement here doesn't come from pretending life is easy. It comes from training your brain to see possibilities instead of limitations. Now think about discipline. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Discipline means showing up even when the mood is gone. And here's the truth. Discipline isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. The first time you resist temptation, it's hard. The second time, it's still hard. But with repetition, it becomes who you are. You don't think twice about brushing your teeth because it's ingrained. Discipline works the same way. Build it daily, and it becomes second nature. Focus is the same. We underestimate how much power we lose by scattering our attention. A distracted mind cannot create greatness. So every day, ask yourself, am I focused on what truly matters? Improvement here means cutting away the noise, the meaningless business, the distractions that drain your energy. It's not always about doing more. Often, it's about doing less, but doing it with intention. And health, it cannot be overlooked. Too many people sacrifice their health chasing success, only to realize later that success means nothing without vitality. Improvement in health doesn't require extreme measures. It requires respect. Respect for your body, respect for your energy, respect for the gift of being alive. Move. Fuel yourself with foods that serve you. Sleep like your dreams depend on it, because they do. Communication, too, is not just about words. It's about presence. When you communicate with others, are you truly connecting, or are you half distracted? When you communicate with yourself, are you building yourself up or tearing yourself down? Every day, you have the chance to refine this skill. Improvement here is about awareness, about intention, about practicing the kind of communication that builds bridges instead of walls. Courage, kindness, resilience, learning, vision. These are where greatness truly takes root. Courage demands you to face the unknown, to risk failure, to step into discomfort. Without it, growth is impossible. Kindness requires you to step outside your own world and see others, to offer light in places of darkness. Resilience demands you to rise again and again when life knocks you down. Learning requires humility, the ability to admit you don't know it all and to remain curious. And vision is the compass. Without it, you wander aimlessly. With it, you walk with purpose. Now, improvement in these 10 areas isn't linear. Some days you'll feel strong in one and weak in another. That's okay. The point isn't to be perfect, the point is to be intentional. Every day, choose to move forward in at least one area. If you fail, reflect, adjust, and try again tomorrow. Improvement is not about never falling. It's about always getting back up. There's a danger in waiting until you feel ready to work on yourself. Readiness is an illusion. You become ready by doing. Confidence doesn't arrive first. Action does. And confidence follows. Improvement is the same. You don't wake up disciplined, focused, resilient, or courageous. You wake up and practice being disciplined, focused, resilient, and courageous. And with practice, those qualities become who you are. Think about the compound effect. A single workout won't transform your body. One day of positive thinking won't change your mindset. One kind act won't define your character. But repeated daily, those small choices compound into massive results. Just like a drop of water can carve stone over time, your daily improvements carve out the life you desire. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. That's why daily improvement matters. It may feel slow in the moment, but it builds momentum, and momentum is powerful. Once it's in motion, it carries you forward with force you never imagined. So ask yourself, who do you want to be 1 year from now? 5 years from now? 10 years from now? That person is not created in the future. That person is created today, through the improvements you choose to make. Every time you strengthen your mindset, every time you build your discipline, every time you push your courage, you are casting votes for the person you are becoming. And eventually, those votes add up. Improvement is not a destination, it is a way of living. It is a commitment to never settle, never stagnate, never accept less than your best. And the truth is, the world needs more people committed to growth. Because when you improve yourself, you elevate everyone around you. You inspire others to rise. Your courage gives them permission to be courageous. Your kindness sparks kindness in them. Your resilience shows them that they too can get back up. You don't improve just for you. You improve because your life is connected to so many others. Your family, your friends, your colleagues, even strangers you may never know. The way you show up in the world ripples outward. And those ripples matter. Would you like me to continue expanding this into a full 30-minute stage-ready speech, about 3,500 words total, so you can deliver or record it directly, with pacing and emotional peaks built in? And those ripples matter. Because whether you realize it or not, Every day you are influencing someone. Someone is watching how you handle challenges, how you carry yourself, how you respond to adversity. Maybe it's your child, maybe it's a colleague, maybe it's a stranger you don't even notice. But they are paying attention. And in that moment, you are teaching them something. The question is, what lesson are you teaching? That life controls you, or that you control how you rise? That fear wins, or that courage wins? That giving up is acceptable, or that perseverance is the only option? You cannot escape the responsibility of influence. Whether you want it or not, you are a role model to someone. And that is why improvement isn't selfish. It isn't just about your goals, your dreams, your success. It is about who you become in the process, and how that inspires others to elevate themselves. A better you creates a better world. But here's the catch: improvement requires patience. We live in a culture obsessed with instant gratification, quick results, fast answers, overnight success. And when progress doesn't show up right away, most people quit. They assume it's not working. But true growth is invisible at first. Like a seed underground, there is work happening that you cannot yet see. Improvement takes time to break through the surface. If you stay consistent, the results will come. If you quit, you'll never know how close you were. That's why resilience is so critical. Life will test you. There will be seasons where nothing seems to be working, where the effort feels wasted, where the setbacks keep piling up. And in those moments, you will be tempted to stop. But if you remind yourself that progress is still happening beneath the surface, if you trust that every action is building momentum, you will endure. And those who endure are the ones who win. Improvement also demands responsibility. It's easy to point fingers, to blame circumstances, to say, I would improve if only life were different. But as long as you give away your power to excuses, you remain stuck. Improvement begins when you say no one else is responsible for my growth but me. Not my parents, not my boss, not the government, not luck, not timing. Me. That level of ownership is uncomfortable because it leaves no room for excuses. But it also makes you unstoppable. Because when you realize you are in control, nothing can hold you back. Let's talk about courage again, because it's the thread that weaves through every other area. Without courage, you won't build discipline because you'll quit when it gets hard. Without courage, you won't focus because distraction feels safe. Without courage, you won't communicate honestly because truth requires vulnerability. Without courage, you won't pursue health because that means changing habits you've clung to for years. Without courage, you won't keep learning because learning demands humility. And without courage, you won't protect your vision because you'll trade it for what's comfortable. Every day, you must choose courage in big ways and small ways. It may be as small as saying no when you usually say yes. It may be as big as taking a leap into the unknown. But courage, practiced daily, becomes your armor. And then there's kindness. Too often, people mistake kindness for weakness. But kindness is one of the most powerful forms of strength. It takes no effort to criticize, to judge, to tear others down. It takes real strength to lift someone up, to encourage when you yourself are struggling, to offer grace when it would be easier to attack. Every day, you have an opportunity to practice kindness. Improvement here isn't about grand gestures. It's about presence. Looking someone in the eye. Saying thank you with sincerity. Giving someone the dignity of being heard. These moments seem small, but they are massive. They are the glue that holds humanity together. Improvement also requires clarity. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. Too many people drift through life without direction, hoping improvement will magically appear. But if you want to grow, you must be intentional. Ask yourself daily, who am I becoming? What am I working toward? Does my behavior align with my vision? Without clarity, you will chase distractions disguised as opportunities. But when your vision is clear, your decisions become simple. Not easy, but simple. You know what moves you forward and what pulls you back. Improvement means choosing alignment over convenience. And yes, there will be people who don't understand your journey. Some will criticize you. Some will doubt you. Some will try to pull you back to the person you used to be because your growth threatens their comfort. You cannot let them define your path. Improvement requires the strength to stand alone sometimes. To walk forward even when others don't applaud, even when they question your choices. Remember, Your vision is not theirs to see. It was given to you, not them. Protect it, guard it, honor it. Improvement also requires humility, to admit you don't know everything, to seek feedback instead of defending your flaws, to recognize when you are wrong and to grow from it. Humility is not weakness. It is the foundation of growth. Because the moment you think you've arrived, you stop climbing. Improvement is about always being a student. Always curious. Always learning. Always open. Because the world is constantly changing and so must you. And then there's consistency. Consistency is boring. It doesn't look exciting on the surface. It's not glamorous. But it's where the real power lies. Improvement isn't about what you do once. It's about what you repeat until it becomes who you are. Consistency compounds. It turns small habits into massive transformation. So when you are tempted to quit because the results aren't instant, remember, consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Another truth about improvement is that it often feels uncomfortable. And that's a good thing. Growth never happens in comfort. Muscles only grow when they are stretched. Diamonds are only formed under pressure. Improvement will demand that you step into discomfort daily. That's the price of transformation. If you're always comfortable, you're not improving, you're settling. And settling is the enemy of greatness. But here's the beautiful part: discomfort becomes strength. What once felt impossible eventually feels natural. What once terrified you becomes your new normal. That's how you know you're growing. Improvement changes your thresholds. It raises your standards. It shifts your identity. You become the person who does the things you once thought you couldn't. And the deeper truth is this: improvement is a choice only you can make. No one can do it for you. People can inspire you, guide you, even challenge you. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. Improvement begins the moment you say, I will not settle for less than my potential. And then, you back it up with action, not once, not sometimes, but daily. So when you wake up tomorrow, remember you are shaping your future with every choice you make. Improvement is not about one big moment of change. It is about the countless small moments that no one else sees. The moments where you choose discipline over comfort, courage over fear, kindness over judgment, resilience over defeat, learning over ignorance, and vision over distraction. Those choices add up. They shape you. They transform you. They lead you to the life you were meant to live. Do you want me to keep expanding this into a 4-part full-length keynote around 5,000 words total, crafted with pacing, rhetorical peaks, and emotional storytelling, so it can be directly used for stage or YouTube? They lead you to the life you were meant to live. And when you begin to taste that life, when you feel yourself stepping into your own power, you start to realize that improvement is not about reaching some final destination where everything is perfect. It is about becoming someone who no longer accepts limitations as truth. It is about discovering, day by day, how much more you are capable of than you ever thought possible. But here is the reality most people don't want to face. Improvement is not glamorous in the beginning. It feels repetitive, even tedious. It is saying no when you want to say yes. It is showing up when no one notices. It is practicing in silence, preparing in solitude, training in private long before anyone applauds you in public. It is in those hidden hours, those invisible moments, where greatness is built. The world will only see the outcome, but you will know the process. And the process is where the true transformation takes place. Think about the people you admire most. The ones who seem unstoppable, confident, unshakable. They were not born that way. They forged themselves in the fire of daily discipline, constant growth, relentless improvement. Every day they made choices that others ignored. Every day they pushed through resistance when others stopped. That is why they shine now. Not because they are lucky, not because they are different, but because they refused to settle for average when average was easier. You must remember that average is always available. It will always be the safer choice. It will always be the more comfortable path. Improvement requires you to walk the harder road, the one with resistance, the one that demands sacrifice. But that is the road that leads to greatness. The easy road leads nowhere worth going. And yes, there will be days when it feels overwhelming. Days when the weight of your vision feels too heavy to carry. Days when you wonder if you're capable of it. Those are the days that matter most. Because when you push through on those days, You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. That's when your identity shifts. That's when you begin to believe, not because someone told you, but because you showed yourself. Improvement is about identity more than anything else. Every choice you make is casting a vote for the person you believe you are. When you choose discipline, you are casting a vote for being someone who honors commitments. When you choose courage, you are casting a vote for being someone who acts in the face of fear. When you choose kindness, you are casting a vote for being someone who lifts others up. These votes accumulate until your identity aligns with your actions. And once your identity shifts, change becomes effortless. Because you are no longer trying to force yourself into new habits. You are simply living out who you have become. That is why it is so important to act even when you don't feel like it. Feelings are fleeting. They rise and fall. If you only act when you feel motivated, you will never create lasting change. But if you act consistently, you build an identity. An identity is what sustains you when feelings fail. Improvement also demands vision beyond the present moment. You cannot only live for the immediate reward. You must see further, think bigger, plan longer. When you resist temptation today, it is not because today feels good. It is because you are building tomorrow. When you choose the harder path today, it is not because today is easier. It is because you are investing in a future version of yourself who will thank you for it. Improvement is delayed gratification in action. It is saying, I am willing to endure short-term discomfort for long-term greatness. And here is another truth. The people who commit to daily improvement often appear obsessive to others. They are the ones who say no to distractions, no to excuses, no to wasted time. They are the ones who wake up earlier, work harder, push further. Others will call them extreme. But remember, this average will always call excellence extreme. If you want extraordinary results, you cannot live like everyone else. Improvement requires the courage to be misunderstood, the courage to be different. This is why self-awareness matters so deeply. Improvement is not about copying someone else's path. It is about knowing yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your tendencies, your triggers. Every day you must observe yourself with honesty. Where did I succeed? Where did I fall short? What can I learn from today? Improvement requires reflection as much as it requires action. Because without reflection, you repeat the same mistakes. With reflection, you evolve. And yes, the journey will test your patience. Sometimes you will feel like nothing is changing. But understand this growth is often silent. It is happening inside before it ever shows outside. Just as the roots of a tree grow, deep before the branches rise, your unseen progress is laying the foundation for visible results. Trust the process, even when the evidence isn't obvious yet. Improvement also means redefining your relationship with failure. Failure is not proof that you are not good enough. Failure is proof that you are trying, that you are stretching, that you are daring to step outside your comfort zone. Failure is feedback. Every setback is information. It tells you what didn't work, so you can adjust and try again. Improvement means refusing to be defined by failure and instead using it as fuel. The only true failure is quitting. Everything else is growth in disguise. And let's talk about standards. Improvement requires raising them. If you tolerate mediocrity, mediocrity will define you. If you lower your standards to match the comfort of those around you, you will never rise above them. Every day you must ask, what do I expect from myself? Am I giving my best, or am I settling for just enough? Improvement is built on high standards, because high standards demand better actions. Improvement is also about gratitude. Not the kind of gratitude that makes you complacent, but the kind that fuels your drive. Gratitude for the opportunity to grow, for the chance to improve, for the strength to keep moving forward. Gratitude shifts your perspective. It keeps you from focusing on what you lack and reminds you of what you already have to build with. Gratitude turns improvement into privilege instead of burden. And through it all, remember this: the world does not reward intentions, it rewards actions. Everyone intends to improve. Everyone wants to be better. Few actually do the work. Daily improvement separates dreamers from doers. It is the difference between wishing for change and creating it. So every day, recommit. Every day, remind yourself why you started. Every day, choose growth over comfort, discipline over distraction, courage over fear. Improvement is not about what you occasionally do. It is about what you repeatedly do. And every repetition, every choice, every small act compounds into the masterpiece of your life.